Hey, this is a test for some different recording devices. The first one is going to be the HD Pro Webcam C920, which is right here. I'm looking at. I'm recording the video and audio from it. And the second one is going to be recording the audio from the iMac and also recording the video from the iMac. And then I got a Yeti, nice little, you know, um, that I want to test recording the sound from. See if there's any real difference, if I notice any difference. Now, I'm not a videographer, I'm not a audiophile, so this is just plain testing. So for today, I've got this, the Book of Questions. And I decided, since I'm a Adams fan, I would read question 42 as the primary question. And of course, when I look at question 42, it may not be appropriate for all audiences. But here we go. This is an official test. How would you react if you were to learn that your mate had a lover of the same sex before you knew each other? Good question, right? I'm doing a test of three different devices. The first one being an HD webcam, second one being the iMac built-in camera, and we're doing the video as well as the audio from each of these. And then there's going to be a third test that I'm using a Blue Yeti on. I just recently got it, so I wanted to test it out. We're reading the same question from the Book of Questions, and here it goes. Question number 42, because I'm a Douglas Adams fan. How would you react if you were to learn that your mate had had a lover of the same sex before you knew each other? Great question, right? Okay, so I'm testing three different recording devices for audio, only two recording devices for video. I just realized I do have a third option, but I didn't have it set up, and I'm not going to bother to set it up right now. I will do so later and repeat this experiment. I'm just trying to find out what are the best options. Right now I'm recording off of a um, webcam, a C920 WebCam. That's the video. And I just bought a nice Yeti here. I would move it, but it's going to create a lot of noise. So it's set off to the side. So I'm not directly facing the microphone. And it's set up for cardioid, so it should pick up around the microphone. It's not directly in front of the microphone. Since I'm reading a question from the Book of Questions, and since I'm a Douglas Adams fan, I'm going to read question number 42. And here is the test. How would you react if you were to learn that your mate had had a lover of the same sex before you knew each other? All right, good question. So, what are my conclusions? First thing I noticed was when I was recording from the webcam, I must have been like bouncing on the desk or something because the webcam was moving. I noticed that the webcam was louder. I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing. I looked at the settings. I didn't see any settings right offhand that really made a difference. Webcam was brighter, so that's why I'm using it for this final session. And I'm using the Yeti for the final session, even though it didn't come across as loud. The reason why I picked the Yeti is when I was doing this motion, notice it picked up the noise of that, and I'm sure that when I listen to it now, I'm going to get that same. So it's a very sensitive mic. It's very nice. I can always adjust the volume. That's, turn it up, turn it down, do whatever. The other reason why I'm using the camera instead of the FaceTime camera is the FaceTime camera shows all the junk that's right behind me as opposed to the junk that's over here. Final conclusion, I need to clean this room up or put up a green screen, one or the other. I hope just by listening to the samples, you can get an idea of what would work for you. I'll probably be playing with the Yeti more. I bought it as a kit, and it came with a stand and a pop filter, which I'm not using. So it'll pop when I say pop. Welcome to Southeast Ohio, folks. Like I said, not a videographer, not an audiophile. This is simply me talking into a mic and sharing 3 different mics and 2 different video capturing devices. When I get a chance, I will set up I have a DSLR. I'll set up and do video off of it just to see if it makes a major difference. And is all this really necessary? No, but, if you come across, you get a good chance to buy a mic and you're doing a lot of talking, I'm sure the people will appreciate the fact that they're not listening to crap audio. Have a nice day, and leave comments below, down there somewhere. This has been a Server Goon production.